Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 107. Joining me, as always,
No,
Daniel.
not
Is it
107. It
108?
is 108.
108. I knew
Yeah.
that. Joining me, as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, Connor? What's up, gamers? No Sims.
No Sims
No
again.
Sims.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
He
He should be here next week.
should be here. You ever think Sims looks like one of those thumb guys from Spy Kids? I think about this quite frequently. The little evil sidekick thumb guys.
I'm like going into the recesses of my brain
Sure,
to
you
remember.
They were like the little
Spy
minions of the. They were just thumbs, and they had thumbs for arms and thumbs for legs and a thumb for a head.
I
Very
feel like
clever
I do,
design on these
yeah.
thumb guys. Go ahead, look up these thumb guys when you get a chance, because
okay.
they're quite something.
Robert Rodriguez is a weird guy.
He is a weird guy, man.
He's a weird guy.
Like, hey, man, I'm gonna make enemies with thumbs for legs and arms and a head. We call them thumbs.
Weird, man. That's what they were called?
Yeah, thumbs. You don't remember this? I'm a big
It's
Spy
been
Kids
so
fan. Are
long.
you?
I mean, I've seen 1 and 2 in theaters, okay? I just don't remember that.
Fair enough. Remember 3?
So long ago.
With the guy? It was
No.
Frodo. You don't remember this? Man, you gotta up your Spy
Oh,
Kids
I think I've seen
knowledge.
clips of him,
Yeah.
of Elijah Wood being in one of them.
Yeah, it's great, and that was all CGI. That whole movie, they were just in front of a green screen, and it looks terrible. Just fucking horrible.
Spy Kids. I did not want to remember Spy Kids today.
Anyways, this is the Nerd Gods podcast. I would like to remind everyone to subscribe to us over on youtube.com/nerdgods. We're getting up there in subscribers a little bit, so if you want to help us push towards 200, that'd be great.
I think we're 4 subscribers away or so. 3 or
That's
4.
all we need. Just 4 of you
Please,
motherfuckers.
yeah.
Just hit that button. Go ahead.
Please.
You can also hit that like button while you're at it. And also, you can find us on audio platforms if that is your preferred method. Daniel,
Yes.
it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
For the most part, yeah. One crazy story that's not what I expected.
No, not at all. We'll get right into that then.
Yeah.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were announced at last Sunday's Pokemon Presents. This will be the 9th generation of mainline Pokemon games, and it's coming in late 2022. Daniel, I think me and you were talking about this last week. We did not expect this at all.
No, I mean, there was a lot that we talked about. We talked about RCS DLC, which they are barely doing. It's more of an update than like DLC.
Yeah,
we talked about
what is
like
that exactly? So
it's just
it's called like Daybreak.
Yeah, it was just like an update. I think they called it like 1.1 update or something. They're adding like just some things in the game. Not substantial. That's why it's not like a full DLC. And then we thought maybe Detective Pikachu 2, or there was just like some things that they could do.
It's funny because that trailer felt very Detective Pikachu, and I was like,
That's
okay,
exactly where I thought
not
it was
Detective Pikachu.
No, and like Gen 9 was just such an afterthought. I'm like Game Freak. I didn't think they could work this quickly, and I have a thought about this, which I guess I could just go right into it. I'm wondering if Arceus was the side project actually, and that Gen 9 was what they were actually working on most of the time, and they were like, let's just put out something for what we have been working on and kind of add some more assets to it.
I think so.
And
I wonder if at some point if Arceus became a bigger thing than it was meant to ever be. Because that really did feel like a mainline Pokemon game when they were releasing it and stuff like that in the lead up to it. And now with this right around the corner already, it can't be. Like that had to have just been a side project.
I feel like it is. It was just a thought I had a couple days ago. I'm like, I wonder if they just really didn't even care that much about Arceus themselves, and then we're just kind of, we're gonna put this out and see if people like it, and then we're gonna make a bigger version of that in this same year, which is insane.
What's unfortunate about that though is like it's so quickly. Could they even do that? Like, could they even learn? You're not gonna learn anything from Arceus and then put it into this one when it's already coming out in 9 months. You know.
Nothing substantial, probably.
Yeah.
They might be able to tweak some little things. I mean, there's still plenty of time. This game's probably a November game. Pokemon likes definitely. November, so it's
always that midweek of November, right?
Yeah, usually first to second week. Usually, Pokemon loves to be in November. So they already have a big September game, a big November game, and we talked about. I don't really want to bring in Zelda, but that now Zelda, like I said
I
this,
think it's part of the conversation, honestly. Like that's
I,
a
I
legitimate
said that,
question. Where does Zelda fit into all this?
yeah, when we talked about like the big direct that they had a couple weeks ago, where does Zelda fit? Because they started actually hitting dates and where months or where games are going to go. Now Zelda is only going to be in December. If it's not a December game, it's not this year at this point.
Even that, I think it's two on top of each other. Like you don't.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
Let
I
Nintendo
get,
just murder the market at this point.
I get
One
that,
big
but
game every
like,
month.
think of it from like a kid Christmas present standpoint. You know, you're only getting one. You know, it's not like
Sure.
it's you getting Pokemon or you getting Zelda. You know, it's like, do you really want to put
Yeah.
that on people's plates? Like when you could just release Zelda 3 months later in March and be fine.
I think my only argument against that is like, I mean, people already have so much money for any game in general. Like, Pokemon's already probably going to be on top of Call of Duty. It's going to be on top of Starfield and whatever else is in November.
Yeah, but they're
That's
not.
insane.
That's not like direct competition. You know, two
No,
big
but that,
first party Switch games. You're just competing with yourself.
I mean, it's in different months. I'm saying December and November. I mean,
But what's that going to be? We just said mid-November probably for the Pokemon game. It's like
early
at latest, if it was December, Breath of the Wild 2, it would have to be the first
probably
Friday
first week
of
Yeah.
December. You couldn't really go any later than that. No one ever does. So it would. I
Three,
mean, it would be
I think
2
3 weeks to
after.
a month is fine.
I don't. To me, this just solidified Zelda ain't coming this year. That's a next March game. I think they're just gonna do the same week that they did with the first game. It'll be 6 years almost to the date.
I think it's a safe bet,
Yeah,
but
that's
I still
my
think
bet.
that there is a chance.
Yeah,
There's a
I mean, I guess there's always a chance. I just don't. I don't see it now. There's no need. There's absolutely no need. You're gonna sell all the consoles and all the everything you want with Pokemon.
Yeah, the need would be, let's sell more.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Because Zelda will still sell. Breath of the Wild is the highest selling one, so this might,
I would just say personally,
more.
even if Breath of the Wild, we're talking a little bit too much about Breath of the Wild 2 in this,
Yeah,
but
I didn't want to talk about
even
Zelda.
if Breath of the Wild 2 is done, I would
Yeah.
just fucking hold it. Let them sit there, let them polish it, and then put it out in March because I don't know, that's too much. It's
I
too
would
much.
say just honestly at this point, just let them put out as many as they want. Like they already have too many games this year.
Unless Breath of the
putting out a lot of
Wild
games.
is like August or something, that would be like the best case scenario, right?
Could be earlier than I've said, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I said December because that feels right, but because they like that December time. More recently, they haven't really put out. Like, I don't think last year they had a December game. I think it was going to be Advance Wars, and then that got delayed.
Yeah.
I think that was December. But yeah, Pokemon. Do you like? I know you like Pokemon, but you haven't really played all of them. How do you like the starters?
Oh, I love the starters. Yeah, the 3 starters. It's funny, all these starters it seems they nail. It's we were talking
These
about
are
this
really
a little bit
solid
yesterday.
starters.
Yeah, they're all cool looking. They're all ones you'd like to catch. It's me personally, I've never experienced like bad starters. Even Sword and Shield, I thought were fine. I thought those were cool too. And whatever the remake I played.
The Sobble gets worse. Sobble's first form is nice. Like I like Sobble.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm just talking about all their base forms. I couldn't even tell you what the other.
See, that's
look like.
the issue with Pokemon starters is most of the first evolutions of the Pokemon starters are pretty solid. It's really the second to third is when they start really
because they have to
dropping.
be though. Like those are the ones they make toys out of and sell those and all the stuffed animals and cars
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
Once you get to the older ones, they really put an emphasis on the third one as well, because then you get Charizard and Blastoise, Blaziken, stuff like that are just people like those. But yeah, I really like these first evolutions. The grass, this is probably a pretty solid grass one, having a nice cat. I just hope it doesn't turn into like a standing cat like so many of the other starters have.
See, the cat was the worst one to me. I was like, that's just a basic green cat.
I think it's
cool with. I like cats.
I think it's a cute cat.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's just the first one that I had pictured in my head was the cat. The alligator, the fire alligator. I don't like his little like apple stem.
See, Fuecoco is the one that's speaking to me.
He has a little apple stem on his head. I don't like his little apple.
Is this how it works for you? Like you just see one and like you have a connection there. You two lock
Usually,
eyes and you're like, yeah, that's.
I think it's how most people work. For me, I wait until I see that third form because you are going to be playing with that third form way more.
Yeah, you do see that one the most. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That is a
like
good point.
usually I'll wait because like a couple days generally Cerebi will have, it's an awesome website, check out Cerebi, they are a huge Pokemon website. They will have like the third form and I'm like, go to Cerebi, what's that third form? Gross. Sobble's third form? Gross.
Gross.
Grookey's third form? Weird. That's the one Sloan picked. It's like a gorilla
Oh,
that
I went with
plays
Grookey.
drums.
Grookey was the one last gen
Yeah,
where that
yeah.
I locked eyes with Grookey. I was like, "You're my guy."
Yeah, I like Grookey, but the other forms suck.
Oh, I like the third one.
Yeah,
Oh, the drum set and the long hair. He looked
what
badass.
a weird.
It was awesome.
See, I like Score Bunny's first form. Second form is whatever, and third form is okay. Like it's a wannabe. The third form is a wannabe Blaziken to me, and just not as good. But I liked Score Bunny the best as a first form, and just I was not really happy with generally the third forms of each of last gen. So
Yeah, I guess the
these
evolutions
are
are something I didn't take into account too much. But yeah, me and Fuecoco locked eyes, and he's my guy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take over
Hopefully
Spain or whatever we're doing.
It's like Spain. It's kind of like Greece or maybe Italy. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting.
I saw like something on Reddit that had like direct images of some of the buildings that are in Spain and like side by side with that. So I think it's inspired by Spain.
I think we need to see like it more because they really didn't show a ton of the game.
Yeah, what did you think of the trailer, like graphically? Because I certainly thought it looked better than Arceus.
It did.
Yeah,
it's slightly better, and I think that maybe it will only look better when it launches in November. So yeah, I hope to see a nice big trailer, show some gameplay, show the battling because that's what I've kept saying about Arceus, and that's the worst part of the game is the battling. I think they pretty fail at the battling. So this is going to be Pokemon. We know they showed each of the Pokemon already have abilities. There's no abilities. Pokemon don't have abilities in Arceus. They just don't have them. Yeah, they don't have abilities, and you can't equip an item to them. There's just no item equipment, which is so much of battling. Like that's a big part is abilities.
Well, yeah, I mean certainly now we're expecting a full fledged.
Yeah, this is going to be a full fledged. So I'm very excited. Yeah, I love Pokemon.
Yeah, me too. I'm really curious to see what they do with the this whole open world structure and whatnot, and what they mean by that exactly. If there's areas and what they learned from Arceus and all that. So yeah, I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, I want to say one thing before we move on. I'm a little. This might be just a Daniel thing. They usually are, right? I'm a little disappointed that this is. Yeah, thank you. I'm a little disappointed that we're kind of reverting back to the two games. I kind of just want one game.
Oh, you don't like Scarlet and Violet?
No.
They were always going to do this, though.
See, I love the idea of, like, where we used to be with the games and, like, trading and stuff. And, like, I guess they kind of want to keep that same vibe. But, like, just kind of make one game like Arceus. Like, I think that's what I like about Arceus. It's one game.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I understand. I don't know. I just remember when Switch got announced, and it was like, oh, they're gonna make a Pokemon game for it. And it's like, I guarantee they're gonna make two because that's double the sales, And they did, yeah, because they get so many people to buy both. So many Pokemon fans buy both, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I at least have a Sloan, or now you guys all now.
Yeah,
that I can like trade.
Yeah,
but like if you're by yourself, like you don't buy two. That's just not worth it. Do the online trading and try to get something.
I mean, how many Pokemon are unique to one anyways? Isn't it only like 5 at most?
No, it could be up to. It depends. They used to be a little more. It could be 20, 30 sometimes.
Interesting.
It just depends, and it depends on how many new we're getting in this game. I'm just gonna guess that we'll probably hit 1,000 this game. I would assume.
How many were in Sword and Shield?
Like we're about 9 something. I don't remember the exact number.
It wasn't like all of them were in that game though, right? Like there wasn't 800 something Pokemon in Sword and Shield, was there?
I think it started with like 300 or something. Yeah, but like they started adding more later. I think with some of the DLCs. I hope that all of them are here. I don't like not having access to all your favorite.
Get that. I doubt it. I don't. With what they only had like half in the last one, I doubt it. I don't even think the Switch probably couldn't handle that. Like, no offense, but like I don't even.
I mean, I don't really
Maybe
see.
it could, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't really see a problem with why they couldn't.
I don't know. It's just so many. I don't know. Do they want to make all those character models for
It
a
kind of
new
goes.
generation and stuff like
They
that? I guess they could
should.
use the character models from Sword and Shield and then add on top of that now. So
That's exactly.
yeah. So
And like, but you have to think, what is Pokemon? It's always about catching them all. Even though that's not like my go-to thing for Pokemon is it is catching them all. And how can you catch them all if they're not even all in the game?
yeah. No, I
That's like goes
understand
against
that. I just think
Pokemon,
you
you
won't
know?
get it. You know, it's like they're gonna make. It just seems to me from the outside looking in that like, even though I do play these games now, so I guess I am on the inside, but like it just seems like they take such minor steps forward each generation with Pokemon, and it's not really like this big next step that anyone's gonna want, and I don't think it ever will be. I think it's just a bunch of little steps, you know.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll do a big step at some point. Hopefully we get a Pokemon game that looks as good as new Pokemon Snap. That's what I'm looking for.
Maybe next gen.
That's gonna be forever, but I'm gonna be an old
I like the
man
name
waiting for
though. Going back with the colors, you know, Scarlet,
I don't know
Violet.
necessarily like like Scarlet has a cooler look to like its logo than Violet does. I'm still waiting to see the legendaries before like I kind of make up my mind, right?
Which one?
Like Sloan will get one and I'll get the other. That's usually how it has been. Um, I don't really necessarily need Scarlet though. We've already had Red.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We haven't had Violet, so like I kind of wish they kind of went with like something different.
What are the
We had
Spanish
purple, so
flag
I'd say
colors?
orange. I would say orange is what I would
Orange. Yeah,
say.
orange would work. Orange and
Say
purple.
yeah, do like orange and purple. That's what I would have said. Because Scarlet's like it's a little weird. We already have a red.
I think they might have been trying to go by the colors
Spain.
of
Spain
the
is
Spain flag.
it's red and yellow.
Isn't that what they normally kind of do? Am I just making shit up? Yeah,
No,
because
that's
this thing
not
is
really,
red and yellow. It's got a
it's
little
red,
bit
yeah.
of purple on the bottom.
Kinda. It's mostly red and yellow.
Purple.
Yeah.
I wonder if the third tier one will be yellow. And they don't make the third one now, anyways. But
is that a new Spain flag? What is that? I've only seen the red and yellow.
The fuck that was. That was some flag. Second Spanish Republic.
Is that new? Does it say it's new? I've only ever seen the red and yellow Spain flag.
Welcome to your Spain history podcast.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of Spanish.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's odd. I've never seen that flag before. But that makes sense now, seeing that flag.
Yeah.
That's the motif they're going for. The gold, the gold, because each of the logos have gold.
Scarlet on top, the violet on bottom, and then
and then
gold.
even like the fonts have gold around them, like outlined. So they are doing that. So I guess it is just going to be Spain. You might just be right.
So you think it is just going to be the traditional go to the gyms, though? You know, you're at your mom's house, you leave, you go to the gyms.
I don't think we know.
Because what did they do? I heard they did something else in one of them that didn't have gyms. I think it was X and Y, maybe.
No, Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. Okay, that was it.
Yeah, you had like trials. I mean, it was very similar, but it's just slightly different. I'm thinking the ideal in my head is you have open sections that take you to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Instead of having routes, maybe just big open areas, have multiple of them, like Arceus does, and then you get to a town, there's going to be a gym or whatever story beats you're doing there. Go back to this open area, then you're going to go back up here. That's going to be this area, or just have
different sections, almost like that middle area in Sword and Shield, whatever the fuck they called it, that wild area, but just like a couple different ones of those.
Yeah, and have them branch out,
that could
connect
be cool.
And stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's how it probably will be.
Yeah, nonetheless, I'm excited for this game. You know, it's cool we're getting it this year, a lot sooner than expected. I was expecting this 2023 fall. Definitely not this year, but
3 years makes sense. It's just the fact that they just did Arceus.
Yeah, that's the only thing, right?
This year makes sense for Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean it's always been 3 years, right?
Usually, yeah. They'll do an in-between game. But yeah, I want to see the final forms of these starters, and I want to see the legendaries.
Yep, definitely. Legendaries will be cool to see.
Yeah.
Next up then, some new games are being added to Game Pass, including Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Kentucky Route Zero, both coming to the platform on March 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, there's a big new ones. Yeah, there's a few others. I know.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Let me see. I think there might have been some other big ones here. Far Changing Tides, which is I think it's out right now on Game Pass, which is a sequel to Far something Shore or something like that. Little indie game. What else do we got here? Lightning Returns, the third Final Fantasy 13 game.
Ooh, there you go. Well, make sure you played the other two first, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I
There's
didn't realize they
Lawnmower.
made a third one.
Oh yeah, there was a trilogy for
Oh, was
Lightning.
there? Okay. Never played Final Fantasy 13.
Me neither. I should play at least the first one.
I heard it doesn't get good until you're like 50 hours in or something, so that always
Yeah,
kind of threw me
that's
off.
to like lower the difficulty and just go through as fast as you
Yeah,
can.
I guess. For at least 20 hours.
Yeah. Then we got Lawnmower Simulator. I know people like
Ooh,
simulating games.
love
You can
that.
go mow your lawns.
Mow your lawn. Who doesn't want to do that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. In a game,
you
go
do
mow the
this
lawn.
job no one ever wants to do in a game. There you go.
And then there's Young Souls, which is like an indie RPG. It's got a pretty cool style.
Is that new?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, March 10th as well.
Sure. The main one I want to talk about, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy here.
Yeah.
That's awesome to see. This game just came out last October, right? End of October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid-October, something
Yeah,
like that.
so new game, big new single-player game. I know Square wasn't too happy with this game's performance, so...
Square's never happy with any Western performance.
No, they never are. They never are. Although, I kind of see where they're coming from with this one. Like, it didn't... I don't know exactly what it sold. I know it wasn't in the top selling of last year, just from the MPD numbers, so we don't know
they
exactly
have themselves to
what
blame.
it sold. Yeah, but I think I get their mindset with it, right? Like, hey, we're putting out a Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game. You would expect it to sell just as much as like Spider-Man does on PlayStation or the Avengers did, even.
Especially it being everywhere, right?
Yeah, I think they kind of fucked themselves over with how bad the Avengers was received.
They did. It's themselves. They they have to blame themselves ultimately.
Yeah.
I don't like that Avengers affected the game, but it's clear I think it did.
I mean, it looks so much like Avengers 2 in the lead up, and like
it does.
And honestly, just seeing gameplay of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy does not do the game justice or help the game in any way. You know, like if you I remember all of us seeing gameplay of that.
The trailer,
like, what the hell? This looked bad.
That reveal, not good.
No, not at all. I thought the trailers were good. Like I thought, the sense of humor and the story they were giving you in the trailers to the lead up of the game, I thought those were all fine. But then every time we saw gameplay and the game actually running, it was like, this looks horrible.
Yeah. Also, like, it didn't really market the game a ton. It was kind of at a few events and stuff, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm also not like looking at marketing a ton, but I just felt like it wasn't hugely marketed. I don't know. It's very odd. It's nice to see it here on Game Pass. We know that Square likes Game Pass. They put a lot of games on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's nice. They're gonna get a Game Pass check now too, so it's there's a little bit of a bump there for them.
Yeah, let Eidos make a sequel, please.
Please, I'm really scared they're not gonna now. Because you got to figure how much does it cost them to get that IP from Marvel, anyways. Probably quite a fucking bit, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
and it's also like
I don't know. They like to work with people, so maybe it's not.
I know they like to, but also it's like. I don't know. Is Marvel gonna see was Marvel disappointed by the sales in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy? Were they like, why are we doing this if we could just give it to another developer that'll make a really good one and sell even more?
Yeah, maybe they just want to get their IP out to as many eyes as possible. Maybe that's just it.
Yeah, I don't put it out Marvel. There, right? I gotta figure Marvel can go out to any developer they want and be like, hey, you want to make a game?
Yeah, I mean they're doing
probably
it.
Say yes.
We're gonna get a nice variety, right? We're getting a card-based, turn-based Firaxis game this year, which is awesome. It's exactly what I want, right? We're getting Spider-Man. We're getting this Guardians game, Avengers. We're going to be getting a ton of different Marvel games. They're going to
Wolverine.
Oh yeah, the Wolverine. Yeah. We even got what's the one for the Switch? Ultimate Alliance. I love Ultimate Alliance. Like, we're getting a nice variety, and we're only going to see more variety. So yeah, I think they should just let them make a sequel. If the sequel doesn't do well, then maybe have them not make another one after that.
Then you're out.
Yeah.
I bet it did fine too. I think they're probably just expecting the world, and they probably just didn't get that.
The Guardians isn't Avengers either. Yeah, we like the Guardians, but
it is
the
Avengers
just sells at this point.
But it is a big name though at this point. Like Guardians is fucking huge.
I'd like to know what those movies did compared to other Marvel movies, right?
They
just to kind of see where it. Yeah, I'd like to see compared though, like how well did it do to the upper echelon? Because like even the Avengers before the movie wasn't really a huge IP. Most people liked X-Men
Sure.
X-Men
I mean,
was
the Avengers
IP.
itself wasn't until the movie. Yeah.
So like I'm just curious of where those movies sold compared to like some of the other Marvel movies, because I'm sure they did well. But maybe it's just not as big of an IP as we think it is.
Well, also,
In
I mean,
general,
they just have the MCU magic around it, where people
that's
are just
true.
gonna go see it. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Volume 2 is like one of the highest grossing MCU movies.
yeah, I'd be curious to see. I'd have to go look at that.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's nice. It's on Game Pass. Go play it. More people need to play it.
definitely. More people should play that game. It's a great game.
One of the best superhero stories.
Definitely. It's way up there. It's definitely best narrative of last year. Won that. So yeah, go play it, people. And then this other random game, Kentucky Route Zero, Daniel, on March 10th. No one's ever heard of this game. No one cares.
One single tier. One single tier. I only put it in name there so you could see it and you can read it. So that somehow in the back of your mind, you're like, oh yeah, Daniel wants me to play this game.
Never heard of it.
I know you would love
it's funny.
This game. That's
it's
why
funny
I keep
you just
telling
wrote Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and blank space coming March 10th. Never heard it. Never. I will play it. Kentucky Route Zero someday. Someday.
I know it's a you game if you just gave it a chance.
I know I will. I know. Like, yeah, I just find it funny at this point.
I know it's just a joke, and just stick with it at this point.
Yeah, it's been too long. It's been too long. All right, cool. So those are your new Game Pass games. Majority of which coming March 10th. Another reason to keep Game Pass. I was about to cancel it, but then I was like, nah, I'm good. That and then Tunic, right? Tunic's coming out this month.
Tunic's sometime this month, yeah. I think early
the 16th, I think.
Early March? Mid March? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 16th. So
yeah.
that'll be cool. Coming soon too. I think that was that confirmed for Game Pass?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm
pretty sure it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean you still play it mostly on your PlayStation, which I thought you would kind of balance a little bit more when you got your Series.
Yeah, I mean I'll probably start buying some more third-party stuff over on Series.
Yeah, I thought you would already.
It depends on the game, because like it's like, do I want to platinum it? And I really don't know that until I beat the game. And, and so it was like Horizon. I mean, Horizon obviously is only PlayStation, and then Elden Ring is like, what if I like Elden Ring so much I want to platinum it? So it's just a case by case basis.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so much.
I know. 100 hours later, y'all better hope I don't like Elden Ring that much.
Oh no. I can't even imagine.
I'll be there till summer.
Oh no! Yeah, it's the only game. Your eyes are bleeding at that point.
Yeah. Also, if I hear like performance is significantly better on one system over the other, that'll sway me to go the other way. Stuff like that.
I didn't really hear a ton of that though.
No, especially this gen, it seemed to be just like dead even. I mean, that was such a big thing in the early days of PS4, Xbox One, and then this gen, it just seems like they're pretty much fucking neck and neck. So yeah, that doesn't really matter too much. All right, cool. Next up then, Jeff Grubb has the scoop on Project Spartacus with rumors of how the tier system works and pricing. I'm gonna read what those are. Give me a second here. Daniel, you excited for Project Spartacus?
After seeing this, you can go ahead if you're
okay. Ready. So here I got it up. Yeah, we'll go over the tiers here and the pricing. So there's 3 different tiers here. There's PS Plus Essential, PS Plus Extra, PS Plus Premium. PS Plus Essential is essentially PS Plus the way you already know it. It's $10 a month. You get the monthly games added to your library. This works a lot like it works today. So that's just your base PS Plus, which is weird because that would mean a price increase for PS Plus and like a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Because what is it now?
I thought the same thing.
I think it's like $50 a year right now. So I don't know what that would be.
50 or 60, monthly, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be monthly.
That's like $5 a month.
10 a month. That's $120. I don't know if they're. I wonder if this will be a separate thing.
Well, if they're doing that, I'm assuming. I don't know if Grubb really gets into this part of it. I'm assuming that Now is being infused in this, right?
Maybe that's why. We'll get into that with the other tiers, and then.
Oh, it's not even into this first tier.
I don't think so. No, because this just says this is essentially how PS Plus is done today. But there must be something added to this, unless they really are raising the price, and then. Again, we should say this is all rumors still too.
Of course,
nothing's been confirmed yet, so we really don't know. But they must be adding something to this. There's no way they're just raising PS Plus that much, and then it's like there it is, there you go. And if they are,
Sony move,
get ready for some backlash there, because that's gonna be
Sony's
to raise on that.
Sony's a weird company sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't. There has to be more to this first tier.
I hope so. I hope so.
Or at the very least, PS Plus, as we know it, has to also
Shove now in there.
be there. Yeah, well, here you go then. And then the second tier, PS Plus Extra, meanwhile, gets you the monthly games and a game catalog for $13 a month. The game catalog is a library of hundreds of older downloadable games. This seems like Sony ripped the download catalog out of PS Now and popped it into PS Plus instead. So there's your PS Now, $13 a month.
At least half of it. So then, with his wording there, it sounds like maybe the streaming version is in the first option, and then you get the download for the next tier. Is that kind of
so no? Literally PS Plus Essential. Just he has like a little thing here with like access.
Oh, okay.
Now. Yeah, and it's just monthly games. So
okay.
Let's drop the first one for a second because I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting what's going on there. It's already confusing.
that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Which
so
is surprising.
It seems like in the second tier you will get everything you get in PS Plus today, and then a huge, or who knows, hundreds of older downloadable games. Okay, cool. So we got downloadable is the word that
the key.
At least gets me somewhat excited here because sure. I think the big thing with all of this, where it will completely fail, is if you can't download older games. If that PS3 library is still, you can only stream it. I think it'll be a complete fail if that's the case.
Definitely, because that's the worst. I don't want to stream games.
No one does.
I don't.
Unless they can figure out a way to make that work for everyone, just like seamlessly, like we would all want. But I don't know. I
mean,
we're
just
I just
not
don't
there
think
yet.
We're there. Yeah, exactly. And then the last tier, they call that PS Plus Premium. PS Plus Premium gets you all of the above and then everything else for $16 per month. Let me see. What is everything else? Everything else is streaming, classic games, and game trials.
Okay.
So here, you also get a library of classic games as well as new game trials feature. Game trials enables you to download and start playing the full versions of new PlayStation games. This is likely a time limit function, which is similar to how game trials work in EA Play.
Interesting.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything else to read here. Yeah, so you're getting classic games. We're assuming that's some sort of catalog of PS2, PS1, PS3 games, right? And then game trials, which who knows what game trials you'll get. Like, you're assuming at the very least Sony first-party games is what they got, and then maybe it's everything. You know, like I know Steam already does this, right?
No,
I think Steam, don't you get like a little trial of any game?
I don't think so. You can refund games.
You can refund games on Steam, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know after like a couple hours you can go.
Yeah, I think it's 2 hours. You could refund. But yeah, this whole thing is weird. If this is like, I know that this is still work in progress. This is a rumor. I know I do trust Jeff Grubb. This is probably what he's seen. So it still can change at this point. From what I see here, I'm not gonna do any of it. Maybe just get PSN just for like a game that I want to get for the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Unless I really want to play an old game, I'll get it to just play an old game or something. But
yeah, like right now, I would never subscribe to any of this monthly. You know, I might if you could download PS3, PS2, PS1 games and stuff like that. I'll do it for like a couple months if I want to play some of those games. Yeah, and download all whatever I want, play those. Maybe there's trophies and stuff too. I'll get a couple of those or whatever. But like, I would never keep this monthly unless they do the Game Pass thing of adding like new games coming on there day one and stuff like that.
So you need the day one, that like the Shadow Warrior that we talked about last week. They need more like that. You need
which there's no mention of anything like that in here, so maybe he just hasn't heard of anything. But that Shadow Warrior thing does lead me to believe they're at least thinking about this type of stuff. So
you would assume that they're at least at minimum thinking about it. Whether they're gonna invest more into that, I don't know. I really want day one games. That's what I want. I want day one games. I know that they won't do it. I want God of War Ragnarok first day one. That's how you get me to get that $16 a month.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know how else you would. I mean, game trials, all this stuff sounds cool.
I'm never going to do a game trial. I just won't do that. That's just not how I play games.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, plus majority of the games I buy, like I know I'm going to want to buy and play them. So
exactly.
I don't really need a trial. But like, I wouldn't mind like hey, I'm never gonna buy this game anyways. It'd be cool to play it for like 2 hours though. Like that's fine. I mean,
Sure.
it's a neat little thing. Classic games, that's cool. I think
I would like that. Yeah.
I like that, but like, I don't know. Old games, I feel like people, it's something everyone wants, but no one will actually play that much. I don't.
I try old games. It's
yeah,
just
you do, but like,
it's more when I have the time.
We're like the 1%, right? We're playing video games constantly.
We are the 1%.
Majority of people don't go back and play old games, so it's just,
no.
I get the complaints, but it's like, it's whatever. And then streaming, I don't know. I would hope you guys could upgrade that in some way so it doesn't suck, because PS Now is just awful. I don't know if it is still.
I know that
it's been
some
like a year,
people I know some people have a decent time with it. I think it's just your area.
Yeah, if you have like that super good internet, you're probably fine nowadays.
Or if you're closer to their servers, probably as well. Wherever, I'm sure they have multiple servers around, so if you're closer to one of them, I'm sure you're fine. I just don't know where their servers are.
Yeah. But yeah, to me, I mean, I don't know, man. This just comes off as weird. It seems like you're trying to combine what Game Pass is and what PS Plus is for you guys in like a weird way, and like
that's what the rumor was for a while.
Make it all one thing. And
this is exactly what we expected.
This isn't the direct competitor to Game Pass that we would all want it to be, and or at least just the PlayStation version of Game Pass that we would all want it to be. It's like its own weird thing now. And I don't know, maybe when they actually come out and say something and market it more and stuff like that, we get the vision and it looks better and stuff like that. But, who knows? As for right now with these rumors, it just seems weird. What are you doing, Sony? Why this way? Just copy Game Pass. They already have the formula,
Yeah, I think that they just need to commit more to it, I guess, is the problem. And they're not going to commit, then I'd say don't do it, Kind of keep being yourself.
Yeah.
Stick to what
I do think PS Now needs a revamp, and like I do prefer this over PS Now, right? Like I think this offers a bit more than PS Now does, and certainly if you can download the PS3 games. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, I do think this is offering more than PS Now. It's offering cooler things than PS Now, especially if you can download the PS3 games. That's the big thing here. If you can do that, I'm at least somewhat happy then if you could do that. If I could download PS1, PS2, PS3 games, that's cool. If you can't do that, fuck off. Like there's no point to this whole thing.
Everything needs to be downloadable. Yeah. Minimum. Like that's the bare minimum that I would want.
Me too.
Everything you're offering should just be downloadable.
Yeah. I'm not going to be too upset if they come out and they're like, okay, everything's downloadable at least. If it is this, it's still bad. It's still a bad system. It's still too much. But if you could download everything, I won't be complaining too much. If
have the option to stream, but download everything.
Yeah, exactly. The option, because someday that will work, right?
Streaming. Yeah, I mean, Xbox is doing that with Game Pass. Like they have
Cloud or whatever.
The little cloud button that you can just hit, and it'll pull up the game.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, it's cool to have the option, and someday that will work. I seriously believe, like, someday we'll all just be streaming everything, right? I mean that's just the way we're going. So, but yeah. It doesn't work now, so you cannot rely on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should be hearing more sometime this month, maybe. It sounds like it's coming.
I wouldn't hold your breath. Just whenever PlayStation wants to show it, they will. I don't know.
He says something down here. They're in a testing phase with it, so
probably a little ways, I would assume then.
Yeah, I know they said spring, so sometime.
They'll probably do some sort of event within the next month, maybe. Maybe in the next few weeks, because they'll probably want to show they're a couple months ahead, right? So they'll probably have something, and then leading into like their summertime event, right? So
yeah. Well, you will see what they do in the future.
Got to talk about like Forspoken again, and there's a few.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get something before that. You know, if God of War is coming out this year, we're gonna need a release date on that at some point, and then. What I mean, they got a lot of stuff they should be announcing soon, right? Like, you know, they don't really have a huge first party lineup right now. All we really got is God of War, right? I mean, what else is there? Gran Turismo just came out, Horizon just came out,
Forspoken and Ghostwire.
That's a fucking Square game.
It's a Square game.
Yeah.
And
Ghostwire,
Ghostwire
at the end of this month, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the future? You know, I mean, all we really know is
Naughty Dog, what they working on?
Yeah, what's Naughty Dog working on? I know everyone wants.
I mean, Wolverine's even after Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2's next.
We got Insomniac lined up. What's everyone else doing?
Yeah. Where's Bend. What's Bend working on?
Yeah,
They've been
Ben,
working
all
on
these guys.
something.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure
since
they got a lot of VR stuff coming out in the pipeline whenever that's gonna come. So
Horizon, yeah, all the VR talk, yeah, maybe a new Astro game, something like that. Yeah, they have things, so maybe they'll do an event soon. I would like them to do an event soon. See what they got for the future.
speaking of a new PlayStation game, Daniel, the narrative director of Returnal said in a recent interview that Housemarque is working on a new IP.
Mm-hmm.
Not very
Which is
surprising. I
interesting.
don't think anyone was really expecting a Returnal 2, were you?
I think a lot of people wanted a Returnal 2. I don't think it narratively needed a sequel. I think it's fine. It didn't sell incredibly well. It
No, I
might have
think
hit a, it
you might get
might have
like
hit a
a
million.
spiritual successor here, like
Yeah,
something similar, but
might play similar, right?
yeah.
I mean, this is fine. I'm really the only one here that played Returnal for the most part. I know you popped in,
Yeah, I
but
played it for like a couple hours.
yeah, I don't want a Returnal to
No, I don't think
necessarily.
anyone really did.
I'm fine with where it ended and the story that I got there in the game. I would like them to take that and learn and make something new.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to. I mean, Housemarque always makes something new. I don't know if they've ever really made a sequel to one of their games, but
That's a good question. Um, Not that I can think of.
I would
Yeah,
kind
no.
of personally, they won't do this, but like I would kind of like them to go back to that more, like a $20 game standpoint, like a shorter, not obviously they're not indie anymore, but a smaller indie like game. I'd rather, and they put out one maybe once a year, or once every like 18 months or something like that. I'd prefer that for Housemarque than them making a big AAA game again.
Yeah, they don't need third person games with them as well, right? But I guess they Sony wants that, so I guess my recommendation would be expand them a little bit, take a smaller team, have them do that, and then have the main house mark. They love to have split teams of every studio. It seems like now, so have a split team making a smaller, arcade style game that they used to make, and have another team just make a much bigger game.
Yeah, yeah, that probably will be the route they go. I wonder what they'll do exactly next. Yeah, because I mean, they've been through so many genres now. Housemarque, they've made twin stick shooters, and obviously Returnal was something completely different for them. So I'll be curious to see what they make next exactly. I wonder if
Remember
they'd
they were
be
making that
interested in
battle royale.
VR. Oh, they were making that battle royale. Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of gameplay mechanics from that went into Returnal. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll go back to that.
Yeah, let's get
So
into the
Sony's got 10 live
well,
service games they got to
I was
spit
just
out.
I was just thinking that they were talking about live service. That's what it is. That's what Returnal's doing, or
That's what they'll do.
Housemarque's doing. They're making a battle royale. They're going back to the well
Oh,
with
I
the
love
battle royale.
it.
That's what we
I
want.
like the idea that Sony bought though, but they were like, "You remember that battle royale idea, guys?
That's what we liked
We're into
more.
it. We're into it. Let's do that." All right. Well, yeah, we look forward to Housemarque's next game,
Yeah, we'll
whatever
probably
they may
see it
be.
another 2 years maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a ways out, I'd imagine. So don't be expecting anything too soon.
Yeah.
Next up, Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 are coming to PS5 and Xbox Series and are getting visual enhancements for no additional charge to those who currently own the last gen versions of the game.
Yeah. Awesome. Good guy, Capcom.
Yeah, way to go, Capcom, doing it again. Yeah, this is cool. I think,
Mm-hmm.
these are just all the Resident Evil games that came out last gen, right?
Yes.
You think it'll
Except
be in
for
like a
eight,
pack?
technically, or yeah, except for eight technically. But no, they're not going to make a pack. If they would make a pack, which I think they already sell one, it's like a 2 and 3 like bundle.
Yeah, I remember
I
the
think
2
they
and
call it
3
like
one.
the Raccoon City bundle or Welcome to
Resident
Raccoon
Evil
City
loves their
bundle.
little packs, though.
They
You see
do.
those all over the place.
There's one with like revelations and stuff. But yeah, it's really nice that they're doing this because like these 3 games in particular, the newest Resident Evils, other than 8, uh, are just so gorgeous, and to have them let's up that and let's make it look even better.
Yeah, see the next
Like
gen versions of that.
that, the engine that they've been using is just incredible. So
Yeah,
one of the
I'm
best
excited for
out
this.
there right
I've
now.
been meaning to go back and platinum Resident Evil 2 for like a while now, so
Oh
this will
wow,
give me a reason to do
where
that.
are you at? That's an old game at this point.
Yeah, I guess. When was that? 2019, right?
Yeah, it was like
2019?
beginning
Yeah.
of 2019.
Yeah, it was like January that year. Yeah. I don't know. I think I got like half the trophies for it. So
Okay.
I wasn't too far off, but yeah, I would like to go back and do that. This would be cool.
Yeah, there's one. I remember there's one that you can only take like a certain amount of steps in the whole playthrough.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's some fun ones in Resident Evil. They get wacky with them.
How do you keep track of that?
It gets so easy at the end though, because they'll give you like the mega weapon, whatever it was in Resident Evil 2, you know, and then you can just like storm through it, put on like infinite ammo and stuff like that.
Yeah. RE4 gets you get like the rocket launcher.
Yeah, I remember the rocket launcher. Resident Evil 5, you get like the minigun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you're Chris, I forget what Shove gets, but yeah, that.
Have you seen the lightsaber in 8?
No,
there's like a lightsaber.
What?
I think you have to do the mercenary mode for it.
Really? That'd be
cool. I saw Easy Allies. They do like they have like a whole thing where they just stream games all the time. They have a whole channel where they upload their streams. And Huber was doing like a bunch of mercenary stuff, and he pulled out his like lightsaber, like end game, like lightsaber thing. It was so cool.
Wow.
Like, why can't I just get that? Because I just don't want to play mercenary.
Yeah, give me the lightsaber at the end of that game. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will probably be the only Resident Evil game we get this year. I know it's not a new game, but this will probably be the new one for this year, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna guess that Capcom is going to tease Resident Evil 4 remake at E3 this year, or Keeley's thing, and it will come out beginning like January.
Yeah.
Because it's too long at this point for a Resident Evil. They were doing it yearly. I think they want to get back on that horse. So Resident Evil 8 is probably going to get that
4
DLC.
remake would have been this year if not for them having to take it from the team that made Resident Evil 3 remake, you know, because I remember there was that big switch over for that. So yeah, I think that's probably just behind schedule now a little bit. We probably would have got it early this year if not.
Definitely. So yeah, I think we'll see that, and then I think they're doing the Resident Evil 8 DLC. So
yeah, I wonder where that fits into all this.
Maybe this year. I'm not sure.
Maybe you would hope. I wonder if they'll try to get that out before Resident Evil 4. You know,
I think they will put it out in like October.
Yeah, that would.
It's already. I mean, that game's almost been a year. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, that is weird, right?
Yeah.
All right then. That's gonna do it for the news, Daniel.
Yeah.
Busy week there. We're now gonna move on to what we've been playing, Daniel. What have we been playing?
Horizon.
Talk about Horizon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've beaten the game.
Go ahead. I have also beaten the game.
Did you beat it last night?
I did. I beat it last night specifically.
Wow, so coming in hot.
Yeah, coming in very hot. Literally, it was the last thing I did before I went to bed. So yeah, yeah, I had a great time with this game, man. Awesome time, honestly. Yeah. I thought the story came together very nicely for me. A little bit of problems. I mean, we were talking about before the show. We don't want to get too into spoilers here.
Don't want to spoil
it problems. Here, yeah. I think overall, I didn't like the story as much as I did Horizon Zero Dawn. I
don't think it's as nice of a package.
No, yeah, it's a little bit broken into pieces, especially when you get to like, you know, you see one character in the beginning, and then you don't see him again till like the very end and stuff like that.
They do it a lot in this game.
They do, definitely. But, you know, still overall, I thought the story was great. I found it really interesting. I think the villains in this game became very interesting to me.
This game seems way more sci-fi. It is
it's super sci-fi. Like, they lean into it hard.
Yeah. No spoilers.
No,
they lean into it really hard.
Yeah, the villains that they come up with in this game are really cool to me. I found them really interesting. There's a part where you get to like talk to someone involved with the villains and like learn all about them, and I was just super interested in all that. That was great. I really love the core group of characters that came together toward the end. It feels like Aloy has like a nice set team around her come the end of this game, and I thought that group and those side characters were actually like really good and really well done.
Very Mass Effect-y, but I don't think done as well. Like, I don't.
No, I mean, certainly
bash the game.
No,
but like I kind of want like, like I guess it's hard to play like backseat quarterback, right? But like I kind of wish it was more. Like, I don't want to spoil the game either. I kind of wish it was more that Mass Effect 2-y of like, let's build a team. Let's like, we're going on a mission and let's build this team.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of felt like that towards the end, and then like even when you get to know these characters, you end up getting some like somewhat loyalty missions for them, you know.
It's not even though.
It's not. I mean, they don't call them that, but like that's what it reminded me of, right? That's what it seemed like they were going for, is like, here's a mission that specifically involves them. No, Not all of
they don't
them,
all have one.
but 4 of them do.
Most of them do, but they don't all have one, which kind of sucks. So like I wanted like a mission for everybody, but yeah, I kind of wish they went more into that Mass Effect 2e kind of like we're doing a mission. Let's like assemble the squad.
They could have done it a bit more. But yeah, ultimately I did really that was one of the big problems with the first game is the side characters just felt unmemorable, all of them, pretty much.
Pretty much all of them in the first
And I think this one at least establishes that core group where they were still good. I still think the side characters are bad, the ones that you just meet out in the world. I think most of them are bad, and all of them kind of just feel like they're building out the world more in that area more, which I did really like. I felt like the areas got a lot more detail and much more interesting to me. But yeah, other than that core group of characters, I felt like all the other ones didn't really live up to my expectations and stuff like that. Aloy got like a really cool leadership role in this one come the end, and I thought that fit her character really well, and I ended up liking her character a lot more after that kind of came in.
Yeah, I had like a critiques of her like a little bit last week of like her being a little distant, and like I guess she kind of gets there at the end, but I kind of just want her to stay like happy with everyone, and like I don't know, she just was very distant the most of this game, and I feel like that's gonna put a lot of people off to her
a little bit. What I really like about Aloy is it's just like we got to get this shit done. Like she's such like it reminds me of like Rick Grimes a little bit, where it's like I am the one that I know what we need to do. I will do anything it takes to fucking get it done.
At least unlike
like,
Rick,
not
like
taking
I
any
love
shit.
Rick. Rick's amazing. What a great character. Rick's such a cool character. But unlike Rick, like she, I guess, even more to what you're saying is like everything is literally on her shoulders.
Yeah,
she's
like literally the world is on her shoulders.
The only one. Yeah, she's like in the lore, like the only one. She's the clone of what was her name? I can't think of her name.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Elizabeth Sobek. She was the clone of her, which is like made the whole program and stuff. So
yeah,
like it is all on her.
And what I liked about that too a lot was that I thought there was gonna be like a breakdown moment where Aloy was gonna like break down and be like, I can't handle all this. This is getting too fucking crazy. The weight of the world is on my shoulder. And there never was like a breakdown moment. There was never a moment where she was like, I can't fucking do this. And I need
she just rolls with the punches.
Yeah, and that's what I love about her is like it's just we're rolling with this. I got to do this. I'm the only one that can, literally. And and she handles the weight of the world on her shoulders very well, and I thought that really came through come the end of the game.
Yeah, there's some characters that I really like that you see him a lot. Varl, I love Varl. He's great.
Varl's great. Yeah.
There are also like some things like narratively that I kind of wish that they would have done better, but they did what they did narratively. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. I don't know spoilers.
No. Ultimately, I was just happy they hooked me again, because I didn't know after the last game, because they did so well in Horizon Zero Dawn to explain the situation, everything that happened previously in the past and stuff like that. I felt like I got majority of the answers I wanted after Horizon Zero Dawn, so it was like, what are the new questions coming into this one? And I felt like I got the new questions, and I got pretty significant answers to those, and yeah. I really enjoyed the story. Combat-wise, gameplay-wise, I don't got too much more to say from last week. There's one really cool thing added late game into this that I thought was awesome, gameplay-wise.
Yeah,
and then
really the best thing about this game compared to the first one probably is that late game thing.
Again, side quests and stuff like that. I really like the spin they try to put on some of the tall necks and the cauldrons and stuff. Again, I don't want to get too spoilery again. I was telling you about one before this, though. And then there's a couple things they do with, just the side things from the first game that come over again to this one. I felt like they try to put a little bit of a spin on each of them, like the tall necks and the cauldrons and stuff like that. Maybe not all of them, but some of them I appreciated the
instead of just jumping on them.
And yeah, exactly. Instead of just doing the same thing you did in the last game, they put a little bit of a spin on them. And then the new stuff like the arena and stuff like that. The arena I'm absolutely obsessed with. I was playing that one last night too. Yeah, the arena is very fun, and so are the melee pits and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't got too much more to say.
I remember the thing I wanted to bring up last week. I actually remembered it right after the show last week. So, because remember, I got lost like in my thought. We were talking, and then we ended up talking about something else. My one weird complaint that I have is kind of how they narratively talk about the Forbidden West. In the very beginning, they talk about the Forbidden West like there's just a bunch of savages out there. It's a no man's land. Like they really like talk up this area, and then you go there, and it is just the same thing that what we did in the first game, and like it doesn't you just have this even more savagely tribe, or I guess it's regalas, rebels you get to learn. It isn't just all of them. Uh, but it just everyone feels the same. They're not different. Like I don't understand why they tried to play up the Forbidden West is
I think because story reasons they are at war with each other, or they were for many, many years. So it's like if you were at war with the other tribe on the other side of the fucking country, you would probably talk nonstop shit about them, no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, out there, they're just a bunch of fucking savages out there. Who cares about them? And then you go out there and meet them, and it turns out, oh, they're a lot like the other people. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because look at the way they talk about the Tanakh talk about the Karja when you're actually talking to them. They pretty much just say the same thing that the Karja was saying about them. There's a bunch of savages out there, and they're not because you met all them in the last game. So,
sure, you're right. Yeah, maybe you kind of made some more sense about it. I didn't think about it like that, but it was just something that stuck out to me. I'm like, these aren't really, these are just people. They're just the same thing, same.
No, yeah, I mean, tribes that we've been different tribes come together. Yeah, I thought I liked the distinction between each tribe. Like the Sky Temple people will feel a lot different from Plainsong people and stuff like that. And
I mean, the Plainsong people, cool. I think this is that's Zoe's.
Yeah,
people.
Yeah,
those were the best
treehouse,
in my opinion.
Yeah, those people. Yeah. I love their area in that the treehouse. Cool. Yeah, the area is so cool in that one. Yeah.
I love that there's so much about the land, and like they have the land gods, and like they are just these huge monsters that they are like taking care of. And like I liked them way more than like most of the other tribes.
So I actually found there's a late game tribe you meet called the Ahsoka, I think the name. But those people were very interesting to me. We just didn't get enough of them, and maybe I just didn't go in that area too much yet. I still feel like. So this is the tribe that's like furthest west right now on the map. So like maybe I just didn't go over there enough before I beat the game. There's probably more I can do over there and some side quests and learn more about them.
About the one like southwest?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil like what exactly that tribe is and all for story reasons, but yeah, I thought they were very interesting and one I will be eager to learn more about because I'm sure they would pop up in a possible sequel to this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of spoiler things to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I love the game overall, man. I had such a good time with this. Yeah, I was obviously looking forward to this game so much, and
I think this is one of our most anticipated, really.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was for me. And yeah, I had such a great time with it, man. I'm gonna be sad to put it down after I platinum it, and yeah.
How close are you?
I'm not too far off, honestly. I think I had 78% of the trophies before I even ever looked at the trophies because I don't look until I roll credits on games.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so I got like really far without even looking at the trophies. So I'd imagine I'll do it by this weekend.
So do you have to do everything in this game?
No, you don't have to do all the side quests and stuff like that. I mean, you have to get to level 50, but I'm already at like 45, so you'll get that pretty quick. So you definitely don't have to do everything. Trying to think what you do have to do. It's not much, really. Like a lot of them are like do 2 of these things. Like it's like
test this little bit out.
Yeah, exactly. Do 2 of these quests. Like the melee pits. I think it was just do 2 of them, and then you get the trophy, right?
Okay.
It's not do all of them.
Yeah, I think you were talking about Machine Strike. You had to like win.
Yeah, Machine Strike. It was like win 2 games, which is super easy. But
I actually didn't play Machine Strike. I didn't even try it. I kept forgetting about it.
All games within games are always like whatever. This
awesome.
Huh?
But Gwent's awesome.
Oh, see, I was never into Gwent either.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I was never.
That's so cool.
Couldn't get into that. I remember Knights of the Old Republic has a big one in there, and
son told me about that game.
Yeah, there's a cool one in there. But yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those. It's cool. It's a nice addition. I like when games add these, especially if you do get really into them. That must be fun. But yeah,
the Final Fantasy VII Intermission has one. I forget what it's called. Really? Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get like these like characters you could set up and like you're like fighting against. It's kind of like a mobile game, but it's like
Machine Strike is pretty much chess from what I could tell.
Okay.
And yeah, you get like your own little chess robot thing, and it's like a little hologram. It looks like the chess or that board game they play in Star Wars in like
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, like
That's
a little
awesome.
hologram pops up like that. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, love the game. That's all I've been playing really.
Okay. Yeah, so I was able to start Elden Ring because I was able to beat Horizon. I think I beat Horizon on Sunday, something like that. Saturday, Sunday. Um, yeah. So I've started Elden Ring. I think I've played for maybe like 2.5 hours. Not much. Um, I like the game so far. I haven't really gotten far. I've still have not fought a boss.
Still haven't fought a boss. Interesting.
Not fought a boss. So I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. Uh, I did like the little intro bit. There's like a little tutorial that you can completely miss, which I think is very
Don't
odd.
you have to like jump? I was listening to this on Game Scoop. They were talking about you have to like jump off a cliff or something.
Kinda. I mean, a cliff makes it seem crazier than it is.
Okay.
So there's like you start. There's like a door, and then there's this like ghost in a chair. You like talk to him, and he tells you to like jump down this little like cavern. It's like just jumping down this little cavern. If you jump down there, that's where the tutorial is. Then it brings you all the way back to right there, and then you go through the door.
And then you could just completely miss that easily.
You could just go through the door, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just something you could easily miss.
I kind of wish they would just start you into the tutorial.
One of my I liked Demon Souls and all that a lot. One thing I hated about it was the lack of explanation, you know. And it's just like,
I mean, this is not any better.
I know, I'm sure it isn't. And it's just like, why can't you guys just tell me where I'm supposed to go and stuff? Like, I get gamers don't want to be handheld and stuff like that. Like, they just let me play the game and stuff.
There's a balance, right?
Yeah, there's a balance, and it's just like there's a tutorial to the side, and you don't know it's there. You know what I mean? And you could completely miss it. Why wouldn't you just tell the player that?
That is a problem with From, and it has been a problem with From. I know that the most hardcore From software fans probably don't want to hear it or don't want to even have the discussion, but this game is selling very well. We didn't put that in the news. Like it is sold very
the UK
well, especially in the UK
charts. Yeah. Well, I mean that's all we got right now. Usually a UK is a very good indication of how the US is going to do.
Sometimes, right? But they have their own taste in the UK, right? But this game would do even better if there was more options for gamers. It just straight up would. And they don't do that, so it's going to immediately put off a lot of people. We always talk about this. So, like, if they did slight tweaking to the game design to make it a little help you up front and then put you into it, I think that would help way more. See, I hate always bringing up Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's like, it's one of the greatest games of all time. Do what Breath of the Wild did. You have that open area, that very first open area, which is basically just a tutorial.
Yeah, it's just it's basically just a pre-open world that you can learn your stuff.
You're doing everything you normally do.
Get out to the big one, yeah.
But they guide you through it, and then they show you how to do everything you're going to normally do, and then you just go into the open area, and that is it. You have every tool you need. You do whatever you want to do at any place you want to go. There's no set thing to do except for kill Ganon. Do the same thing. Have an open section, something like that guides you, explains how to do everything. There is an item. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain what I've been doing.
Yeah.
There are items that like you are pretty helpful to the game that you could just not even go get. They're like one thing I found like an intro video of like a couple things that can kind of help you and like maybe go get this like spirit. I found the wolf spirit. There is this thing called a whetstone knife that allows you to put ashes of war onto your weapons. So that's like extra cool abilities, which you see in the trailer of like I think one of them is that guy that gets the big sword and he like slams it down.
Oh, okay.
It's like that blue sword thing. Those are called ashes of war. You have to have that knife to be able to put them onto your weapon, and it is just something that's in this like camp and down a stairs in a chest.
It's my problem. Is like I feel
it's just not a weapon. You should just be getting that item.
Eventually, when I was playing Dark Souls and Demon Souls, I realized I should just play this with a guide because I'm gonna miss so much helpful things, and that's how I'm feeling about this as well. And it's like I don't like that I have to play this with a guide, or I feel like I need to play this with a guide. You know, I don't like that. You know, or like
I don't either.
people talk about it, and it's like they like playing Dark Souls games like while or Souls games while talking to people and stuff like that. Like a lot of Twitch streamers, like having the group chat there and having people giving them tips and stuff like that. And it's just like a lot of people
Not
don't have
everybody
access
has
to
that luxury.
Yeah, exactly. It's like me and you just play video games alone in our room. It's like we're not
Yeah.
there. It's like, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to get these helpful items and stuff like that. And you're not giving me any indication on where to get these things, and it just. I get there's a point where you don't want the game to be handheld in you, but I also want stuff that's gonna help me get through the game.
Yeah, especially with it being so difficult, right? Also, I want the co-op to be like the lengths that they go to basically make the co-op insanely difficult to do is insane.
Is it still just the traditional go to
you
the?
have to get items and like I don't even
Yeah.
know exactly who I'm supposed to talk to do it, but like I would like to do co-op eventually if I can get someone to play with me. But like, yeah, like I would love to try to tackle some stuff co-op, but like, man, they don't make it easy to do it. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how it's acceptable to even do this in 2022.
Yeah.
Not have co-op.
You probably don't know. I have a lot of questions, but you're only a couple hours
You can
in, so
ask.
it's like, yeah, I just want to know,
just-
like, what is the open world structure here? Like, cause like I don't understand it, cause Dark Souls 1 is technically open world. Like, you could go wherever the fuck you want in Dark Souls 1. Like, there's
Yeah.
gates and stuff, and like you might need to beat a boss to get a key to go to this area and stuff like that. But like, isn't there a set golden path here in Elden Ring? Like,
I have not like gotten to like where the boss area is for like this first big boss and stuff. But
see, that's what I'm saying. If there's a first boss, like I was assuming there isn't like a first boss. Like, is there like a golden path that you should be going on here?
I think the story is there are 5 demigods that you have to kill.
And then can you go? Is it Breath of the Wild style where you can go to whatever one you want?
I think apparently you can, but apparently there is probably an ideal way, like level wise.
See, that's what I'm saying though. Is like if there is an ideal way,
what's the point, right?
What's the point? Yeah, then it's like it's not open world. I mean,
I
it
could just be
is,
talking.
Like...
I don't know. I could just be saying that. I'm not 100% sure.
Sure.
The area that I'm in is pretty open. There is like a little there is the grace that's kind of guiding you. So there's like this golden light at the grace sites you'll be able to see. Oh, this is where this area's boss is taking you to. So I'd like to try to fight a boss. I mean, it is just open world. I'm kind of.
That's why I just don't. That's why I gotta start playing this because I don't know. I just don't. What makes this like this next big step for open world games? Like that.
I think people are trying to say that it's like the next step from Breath of the Wild, but it's doing things that Breath of the Wild would not do.
Yeah.
And that made Breath of the Wild special, right? But I need to get further in, I think. It plays pretty smooth. I have a problem with how the horse works. And it's just a Daniel problem, and I don't know how you feel. So you have to use an item to use the horse. There isn't just a horse button.
Okay.
Which is not what I want.
Yeah.
No, like, so we talked about playing Arceus, right? Arceus, there's the mounts. You just hit a button and it's whatever mount you have equipped, and it just that's when you go on to.
Sure.
It is like that, and it is quick to summon Torrent, but Torrent is an item. So you have to switch.
Like a potion almost.
It is. So where your potions are, that is where you have to switch to the ring, to Torrent's ring. Then use the item, then he pops up, and then
if you get unlimited.
Yeah, it's just an item. There's no limit.
I wasn't sure if it's like, hey, you got to pick up more horse calls. No, like you only got. Okay.
That'd be ridiculous.
I mean, I could see them doing that though.
Sure. No, I think it's pretty. They want you to have torrents. They give torrents to you pretty quickly. But yeah, then you have to like switch back to your potions if you're on your horse and stuff. But
okay. Do you fight a lot on your horse?
You can.
You can.
You can swing. I think it's left or right is right, and then left is left. So you can like swing and then come back and then swing this way and stuff like that. I have not really fought like there is like a boss right in the front of where you spawn in the open world. I forget his name. It's like Titan Sentinel or something like that. I haven't gone back to fight him. I haven't gone back to that area. But there's like a couple more things I want to do with this like beginner tutorial, and then I'm gonna like, all right, I've leveled up, I've gotten a few things, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Like I've leveled up a few times. I think I'm like level 18 or something like that, and I have like a +4 weapon. So this tutorial I found was like getting a bunch of ruins, which are souls. Got a bunch of ruins and like upgraded my weapon a bunch. And then I found like a couple items to upgrade those wolf spirits. I need to get like a few more runes to upgrade it one more time, and then because I have this item, but you need a certain amount of runes as well. And once I do that, then I'm gonna finish this tutorial thingy, beginner's guide, and then try to fight some bosses. See where this grace is taking me.
Yeah, it's just odd to me that there's like, I don't know, because I just assumed going into it, like going anywhere you want would have to mean every boss is kind of on the same level. Like you could take out every boss from level 1. You know what I mean? Which I guess doesn't make too much sense from a gameplay standpoint, but like. And that's kind of what I assume they meant by open world. You know?
Yeah, there is no, because there are like multiple you're trying to fight. There is no like get to Ganon and kill Ganon. It's not like a one thing.
But that was my big realization with Souls games when I was playing Demon Souls last year. Is that like, oh no, this is just a traditional game. Like you're just leveling up to be able to fight that boss. Like it's not like I know some people say you're not supposed to grind in these games, but like yeah, fuck yeah, you are. Like if the boss is too hard, you go, you grind for a little bit, you level up, you get stronger, you come back, and then you beat the boss. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Well, traditional Souls, like I'm just gonna say it. Okay, traditional Souls is just 3D Metroidvanias.
Yeah,
that's all they are. They're just 3D Metroidvanias.
And does this have that? Like, is there like gates and stuff, you know, that you got to beat a boss for, and then you can go behind?
I haven't gotten to that point. You haven't got. I'm sure there's shortcuts and stuff like that. Like, I found this. Like, there's a couple catacombs I had to go in to get like a couple items, and like those catacombs. Once I opened the door just stayed open, and then there was like a site of grace like right at the front of it. So I could just teleport.
Like your fire. Or whatever, like
sites of grace.
And shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and you could just the only time I found that I couldn't fast travel anywhere was like in the catacombs. For some reason, you couldn't teleport out of them. You had to kind of like walk back out to like this side of grace that was at the door. But like anywhere you are in the map, I was able to teleport right to a side of grace.
That's nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
there was no like it was just all right, boop, go there and just be right there. The game feels pretty smooth. I picked the Confessor, so my class is like balanced with strength and dex, and then has a lot of faith, so I can like cast some spells.
That let you heal yourself and stuff too.
Yeah, so I started with a heal spell and a like spell that like made me move silently, which I kind of took.
Yeah, there's stealth in this game apparently.
Yeah, you can crouch
a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Clicking the left.
What, crouch and you hide in the grass and shit? Typical thing.
Yeah, or just kind of get behind and get that right bumper like backstab.
Yeah,
kill some people. There is a great move that I need to like play more and try to. I haven't fought a ton because I'm just kind of just forcing, getting some stuff. There's a move that's really crucial, which is called guard. Something guard attack, or I forget the exact name. It's basically you right left bumper, you block. Once they hit you, if you do it at the right time, you hit the right trigger right after they hit your shield, and you'll do like a special hit.
Oh, this is your parry.
It's no, because there's parry.
Oh, okay.
Parry is you can if you time it, you can like hit it, and then you hit them.
You wait for them to throw, then you hit it back, and then they kind of get off balance. Yeah, okay.
That is a little different. This is like full block. You have to kind of take a hit. You take the hit, and then you right trigger, and then that will kind of knock them, and then you can right bumper and stab them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's I forget what it's called. It's like a counter attack, or I don't remember the exact name. A guard, a counter, or something.
Oh, the Elden attack.
Yeah. That I feel like is going to be super useful. But yeah, I got some spirit summons. I got some Pokemon. I got 2 of them.
Ooh, you got some Pokemon.
I got the wolves, and I got the this jellyfish that this lady gave me.
Ooh,
which I haven't used the jellyfish.
Oh, you gotta use the jellyfish.
No, the wolves sounded cooler. There's like 3 of them. I'm like, yeah, I want the wolves.
I'm curious because I didn't get too into like the lore and stuff when I was playing Dark Souls and Demon Souls last year. But I want to like try to get into this one a bit more, try to like figure out what's going on and stuff. Because everyone always talks about like how good the lore is in these games. But I never really paid attention in Dark Souls and Demon Souls, so I kind of want to with this one.
Yeah,
see what the NPCs are saying and like try to piece it together myself.
Basically, the basic premise is there is this magical item called the Elden Ring that was broken. Lady America is gone. They didn't say that she's dead. She's just disappeared. Godric has died. And I guess the Elden Ring was split. And then the Lady America's son or kids and Godric, I think they're together or were together because Godric's dead. Their kids are now those are the demigods. They have taken parts of the Elden Ring to gain power and it's like corrupted them or something.
It's very Lord of the Rings like.
It's very Lord of the. I mean, that's you know what it sounds like. Very George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That dude always talks about Lord of the Rings too. So.
He does. I mean, it's his biggest influence, right? So it's very Lord of the Rings, very like Martin. Yeah. So far, like the opening is very long. Like there's a long cutscene just to even open the game.
Oh, is there? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Just the art direction of this game is. I want it to carry me through. Like it was the same with Bloodborne; it just didn't carry me through.
Right. The style always looks so cool, right?
I know.
It's the same thing with Sekiro too, right? Like, it's like, damn.
See, I didn't play Sekiro, but I want to see everything in this game. I'm going to try. I'm not going to go do all these catacombs and like these people playing 80 hours. I'm going to do as much as I need to level up, and that is the bare minimum I'm doing.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm not doing more.
I am going to, because now there is these. So another cool thing is if you die, instead of just being at a point of grace, you can summon at the sites of America, which are these little statues of her that are kind of around. You'll just see them. They're very small, but they're there. And that's really nice because it is an open world. You could just be wherever and die. Instead of having to go all the way back and respawn at a site of grace, you could just spawn at these statues as well.
Oh, okay. You get to choose. Those statues are just randomly
They're just randomly everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
So you can
pick which one you want to go to too? Well, yeah. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Is it still you die, you lose all your what are they called in this one? Runes, and then you go back to that spot to pick it up still? Okay.
Yeah. It's been a little weird because one time I fell off and died, and it wasn't at the bottom or anything. It was at the top of the statue.
Oh, it would always do that. It's like
there was another one that it was even further back than I was even.
Oh, really?
Not even fell off of anything.
I wonder if it gets kind of wonky with the open world.
It got. I think it's a little wonky with like where it spawns, but yeah, you have to pick it up again.
I'm just so curious to see like what makes this the 12th highest rated game of all time. You know, that's because
from that dropped. I think it's a 95 now.
Oh,
I think it's dropped a little. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some video that called it the 12th highest rated game. I mean, that might have been a week ago. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just curious, like what makes this that good? Because when I see gameplay of it, I'm just like, this is Souls. You know, this is.
It feels smoother.
Sure, I'm sure it does. I'm expecting all of that basic stuff, right? For it to play a little bit better, be a little bit smoother, all that.
Talked how I hate how those games feel, really, I guess, except for Bloodborne, and I haven't played Sekiro. And even Bloodborne, like, it didn't feel as good as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But it feels smooth. I know that it's still not a full 60 yet, so I think they're trying to patch that. Once it gets to that point, I don't know, hopefully I'll still be playing.
Yeah, are you having any troubles with it? Because I know...
It's been maybe a little framey, but no real issue.
It seems like people are overreacting to me. That's just kind of...
The problem is that PC's the bad one.
Oh, okay.
I'm on console.
And those PC kids are loud.
Yeah, they are. Always. But, I mean, From has always had a problem with PC ports. They're just not a good PC developer.
Yeah. On console, it doesn't seem too bad. It just seems like frame rate dips a lot.
they need to to stabilize the
And,
frame
and
rate.
even though with the frame rate dip, it seems like on at least on next gen consoles, it's between 60 and 45. So it's like that's not too bad. I doubt I'd even notice. You know, if I'm being honest, like it'd be nice for a lock 60, but like I honestly I don't think I'd notice from if it.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to dip more in the boss fights and like the crazier things.
Once
it
gets crazy, yeah.
Probably because I haven't really done too much of that, so I haven't seen a lot of dipping probably, but it probably will.
I think the workaround's very funny though. You download the last gen version on your next gen console and then play that version and it's locked at 60, but it just looks worse. Yeah,
insane.
I think that's a very funny workaround that people are doing.
A nice thing that they've done is like just those little like gameplay things, like I told you about that counter thing, which is really nice. Jumping and having a jumping attack is really nice.
Nice, yeah. The stealth with that too sounds very
the
very
stealth
nice
being
too,
able to backstab easier. So there's just some things that I'm going to try to beat the game. And speaking of those sites, America, apparently there is one in front of every boss. Like there are no boss runnings anymore.
Thank God.
Which is like
nice.
Honestly, that might be all that I need to hear to really like, because I will bash my head against the boss as long as I need to if it's right there. Sure. If I could just restart it every time and not have to run, I'll bash my head against the wall. Why not?
Well, I mean, Demon Souls, what I ended up doing is I would never bash my head against the wall with a boss. If I thought it was too hard when I was fighting it the first time, I would then go grind and level up and then come back and then try it again. I would never like just bash my head against the wall with the boss over and over again because I realized if I level up, it'll be that much easier.
Wasn't Demon Souls a little more gimmicky bosses though?
What do you mean?
Like there was just some of them or a lot of them, they were like a specific way to beat
them.
Yeah.
There was quite a few of those. Yeah, like I remember that like weird squid thing where you just put the fire sword on and you could easily beat that one and stuff like that. So,
I
mean, but I'm assuming there's stuff like that.
Was that dragon thing?
Yeah. I can't remember.
It was like you didn't like straight fight him. You had to like get up to him. Or
there was a spider that shot fire and like
there was the spider.
Yeah, the spider was super fucking easy because if you just got to the right side of it, you could just sit there and spam attacks on it. And then
really?
Would, like, throw you back. Yeah, that one you could cheese. There was a lot of different cheeses with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that as time goes on with Elden Ring, people are going to find ways to cheese it.
Yeah,
cheese these bosses.
I'm just so excited to like see what this game is. I'm stoked to go and find out, and like I really hope it gets me, and it's like this 10 out of 10 experience for me.
I'm hoping. I really like the game so far, and like I said, I've played most of the From games, just had never really beaten one, so very curious.
Me too. Busy time of year, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we got a bunch of games in March.
I mean, this is gonna take me right up until that March 25th date, definitely. Which is crazy. And then we'll be at Kirby and Ghostwire and Lego Star Wars. So
that's in early April. The other one there is Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina, yeah. I have no interest in that one, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Star Wars. I think it's the first week of April.
Star Wars is April 7th, so yeah, it must
April
be
7th. Yeah, so
week after.
Yeah, I'm so many games, man.
A lot coming out. At least there's a bit of a dip, it seems, until from that Star Wars to Forspoken at the end of May. So
yeah, that's in May. Yeah, is there no other big things in April?
No, nothing in like early May either. So bit of a gap. As far as I guess that's just some indie stuff. There's that Weird West game coming out the end of April.
Oh yeah.
That'll be cool. That's really
Devolver.
Hype. Yeah. Also Tunic, we're forgetting and stuff like that.
Tunic. So. Yeah, there may be some indie stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure more indies might get announced for around that time. Where's Oxenfree 2? That's got to be somewhat close. That was supposed to be last year, so I'd imagine they're
good question.
Nearing the end on that one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of indies that were kind of delayed and have yet to get a release date. A bunch of them.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be like early this year. We'll see.
Anyways, Daniel, you got a game for me.
Yes. When Daddy's away, the boys will play.
We're doing a tier list.
We're doing a tier list again. Maybe this will be the last one for a while. When you think of me, what is the first thing you think of? It's not Star Wars.
Oh, it's not Star Wars?
Or Batman.
I don't know. What is it then?
Halo.
Oh, we're going to rank the Halo games.
Halo
I'm down for this one. Okay. I'll be very good at this.
So there are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 games that we're going to be ranking right now.
Ooh, cool. Can't wait to argue about 4.
Oh, wait. No, I got to find a better one. I'm sorry. This one does not have Infinite. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can just add infinite ourselves.
I don't know how to add something to it.
No, you don't have to actually type it. I mean, it's not like people see it anyway, okay. So we can just talk about infinite as the last one.
Sure then. Sure. So we got S, A, B, C, D, F, like we normally do.
Sure.
We're gonna start with Halo 1. Of
Halo
course.
1.
The GOAT.
This one's hard. Because I don't think it's a...
So I want to compare them to themselves as well, so that we can kind of get a little more... Because like I'd put most of these at like S.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So Halo 1.
It's the one that started it, right? It's
yeah. There's a lot there.
Top of being a great game. I mean, this game changed first-person shooters, right?
Just
in general.
Console first-person shooters.
Yeah, especially. It had a great story mode. The world's really cool. It introduced you to a whole new world that is Halo, which has become this giant media sensation, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like this has to be at least A tier, you know? I don't think it plays the best compared to the other ones.
No. I think, you also have to think, like, where would Bungie be at this point? You know?
Yeah. Nowhere near what they are right now, you know?
Who knows what they'd be doing? They didn't make Halo 1. I would say S, but probably bottom of S.
Yeah.
Well, I think something else would be in S as well.
I think it kind of has to be in S for starting the whole thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think for how this game is magical. This game changed video games.
How many are we about to have an S tier?
With me?
We're about to have a lot in S tier.
I don't know. I'd say maybe 3 of them. We're gonna keep going in order. Halo 2.
Halo. I mean, come on, man. This is S tier. This is. I know this is your favorite Halo game. This is my second favorite Halo game. This is your favorite game in general. Yeah, I mean, this game's fantastic. The stories are fantastic. The world just continues. Dual wielding.
The Arbiter. Dual wielding.
Yeah, Arbiter. The switch in the story with Master Chief and Arbiter. Missions back and forth is so cool. I mean, I've played this game so many times, back to front. Yeah,
Xbox Live and multiplayer.
So you can talk about it from that standpoint. Yeah,
changed multiplayer games forever with Xbox Live. Revolutionary. It's an easy S tier game. Definitely. I'm gonna put it above Halo. Would you put it above Halo?
Yeah, I would put it above Halo 1 for sure.
All right. Now we got the GOAT. Halo 3.
Halo. I mean, this is S tier. Come on now. This is one of the greatest games of all time.
It's so easy.
Yeah, I mean, this is just.
It's not my personal, so I'm gonna let you go. It's not my personal favorite Halo. I mean, it's definitely my second favorite Halo. But I would be fine putting it above it. But I would let you talk about Halo 3.
Yeah, I mean, I have such nostalgia for this game. This was like 6th to 8th grade me, even like freshman year of high school. This is what me and my friends were doing. We were playing Halo 3 all the fucking time. We loved it. Forge mode's fantastic. This is where that got introduced. It created so many
Remember the theater mode?
Yeah, theater mode was really cool.
Theater mode was awesome.
Yeah. Theater mode was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
definitely ahead of its time. You could take photos and stuff in that too. You know, early intro.
You can like look at perspectives.
Yeah,
fly around the whole match.
Yeah, and then Forge in general just created so many cool custom games and stuff like that, and more reasons to play Halo. And the multiplayer in general was so fantastic. This game just feels so good to play. You know, it's still to this day. You go back and play Halo 3, it feels fantastic.
But like it's great. And have you seen what that game looks like today?
Still looks good.
Oh my god,
pretty fucking
How
good.
Does this game look this good?
It's crazy.
The game was 2007.
Yeah, and then the story. I mean, the story is very cool in this one too. I love it.
So good.
Go back to Earth. The Flood are really cool in this one.
Probably my favorite out of these 3.
Finish the fight. You know what I mean?
Finish the fight, dude.
Finish the fight. This is S tier, and I would put it first S tier, but
okay.
I will leave that
my
up to
bias
you.
away, I'll put it above 2.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then what do we got next? Halo 3 ODST, which I want to talk about real quick. Do you remember this game was going to be called Halo Recon? It was not going to be called Halo 3 ODST. Really? It was actually, they were going to keep it kind of separate from 3, but then they ended up calling it Halo 3 ODST. I remember getting the Game Informer magazine when it was coming out, and it was called Halo Recon.
Really?
Yeah, Game Informer they printed it.
Because I remember the Recon helmet in Halo. That was like the special helmet in multiplayer, but yeah.
I think Recon was more not necessarily the armor, but like kind of what you were doing, because this game's kind of split into 2 different. You get like the recruit stuff, which is that like openish area that you're kind of going through different things with the silenced SMG and the silenced pistol.
Yeah.
And then you have the like buck
There's a
stuff.
cool kind of hub open world thing going on in this game.
It's with the recruit.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get the other stuff that's like with the ODSTs that are like with Buck, and then you get like the more personality driven aspect.
Good
of
old
the game.
Buck. Was that Nathan Fillion, right?
Nathan Fillion, dude. He comes back. Buck's
he does.
back.
He comes back in multiple other games. I think he's in Reach too, but
is he in Reach?
I think he was in Reach. Yeah, I think I went way back there. Anyways, yeah, Halo 3. It's a good game. I would put.
I love ODST.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I would put this in B tier, considering it is a DLC of Halo 3, pretty much. I know it's like its own thing, but it is called Halo 3 ODST now. So yeah, I would probably put it in B. I like the story of it. I like the flashback missions and stuff like that. The hub world was kind of got a little boring at points, but there's like audio logs and stuff you could find in there, which were cool. But yeah, I like the game overall. Give you a different perspective too from that Halo 3
definitely
point, or that Halo 2 point actually. That Halo 2 cutscene. Remember when you first drop it down in ODST, and it's like the other angle.
Yeah, you're inside
that big explosion.
Thing as it falls.
Yeah, that part's really cool. But yeah, I'd put this in B.
B, really?
I just don't. What makes it
A? I think it has great music.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, all Halo
atmospheric
music, right?
But this is different because I don't think Marty O'Donnell did music for ODST.
Oh, really?
I think it was somebody else.
I just don't remember the story standing out enough to me to put it in A. But if you feel
it's very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Especially with the recruit stuff. With that,
I'll leave it up to you. You can put it in A if you would like.
I mean, I don't know if I can make more of an argument for it to be there. I adore this game, but
I don't know. I've never been
introduced Firefight.
Oh yeah, that's a great point actually. Yeah. Okay. You convinced me. Hey. There you go. Okay, Firefight is fucking great. Firefight was awesome. I forgot that this introduced Firefight. But yeah, Firefight was awesome at the time.
Yeah, I love ODST. So we'll put it at A. Sure.
Cool.
Then we got Halo Reach, which is a great one. Also kind of mixed though, because there are some people that didn't like some things that Bungie was added. This is the last Bungie Halo.
I love this one. I love the jetpack. I love the different equipment. I forgot what the other ones were because I was just always on that fucking jetpack.
I mean, they have a bunch. They have the sprint. They had the armor lock. They had the jetpack. They had the hologram where it would run.
Oh yeah, you made a duplicate of that. Yeah, that one was funny. I remember you'd always walk around a corner. Someone would send that out, and you go up and hit that one, and then the other guys behind you. Yeah, that was always a good tactic.
There's a lot of tricks you could do with that.
I really like this game. I really like the multiplayer of this game. I really like the story to this game. The
story's probably the best story of a Halo game.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely, you could make an argument this is the best story in any Halo
one of them
game.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't think put this one.
I don't think it plays better than the first 3 games.
Yeah, might not. I think the basic shooting feels the same, but with the equipment and the jetpack and all that, it comes off a little bit different. So I don't know. This game is much more vertical than the other. Halo games
they
too.
kind of did that with the equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I even
much less memorable maps, I will say, than
really that beta map, which was what was it called? I don't even remember any of the names.
I remember the one, I think it was called, no, it wasn't Narrows. That's a Halo 3 map.
And Narrows is Halo 3. You're talking about the one, there was the 2 beta maps, and those are the 2 most memorable ones. There was the one where it was elevated, and that was the jetpack one.
Yeah,
it had
that was
lift.
it had all the different walkways going up and stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then there was one that was kind of like High Ground. Do you remember High Ground from Halo 3?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that one where it was like a base, and then it had like a big middle area. It had like the grenade launcher gun and a rocket launcher. That map was kind of cool, but yeah, very forgettable kind of multiplayer maps. Definitely, I'll give it a shout out for Forge. They did even better with Forge in this game.
Definitely.
This is really, I think, where Forge exploded was Reach, even more than 3. But yeah, I mean, I would put this at top tier of A, probably.
Yeah, above. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think it belongs there. Shout out to the story though, because the story was
yeah. You remember when George threw you off the ship as it exploded? Rest in peace, George.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, George. There's still one alive, isn't there? One of the Spartans went with Halsey.
June.
Okay.
The sniper. You never see what happens to him. I don't remember. He might have been dead though.
He might have died him again either, which is weird.
No, he might have died. He might have died though. Then we got Halo 4, which I think is a very good game. I think it gets hated on now for really no apparent reason. I don't really see why it gets a ton of hate. Maybe some people don't really like some of the Prometheus stuff or Prometheans or whatever they're called. What are
Yeah,
they called?
that was kind of the problem with it. It was
But
Prometheans.
um, I think people are just kind of trying to rewrite history with Halo 4. When this game came out, it reviewed extremely well.
Oh, it
This was
definitely
a
did at
very
the
high
time.
regarded game when it came
Yeah.
out. But there is definitely some rewriting of Halo 4's history.
So I don't love the story in this one. I never really did. I thought they kind of went a weird direction with the Prometheans and stuff like that. They could have just left alive the Forerunner race and stuff. I don't know. They got too
Very
weird.
odd.
Yeah, it was like felt like they had a lot of stuff that they could have done with it. Like that could have just been a world where the Forerunners lived on for thousands of years and protected themselves and didn't talk to anyone. You could have just went with that, but then they went the weird Promethean route, which was like a weird evolution of the Forerunners or something like that. And I don't know, they were just weird, uninteresting characters and not very fun to fight. And I couldn't even tell you what the main story was really about in this one. I remember.
I mean, it started becoming a lot about Cortana, and that's what I want to say is I really like the Chief and Cortana aspect of this game.
Sure.
It's really where they humanize Chief.
You certainly get to talk to Cortana more, like in game in this one than you did in any other Halo game, which is cool.
I know people say whatever, like the horny design of Cortana in 4. I really liked her design in 4.
The horny design.
I mean, go back and look at her design in 4.
Oh boy.
I really like her design in 4. I think it's still probably her best design, even though I don't really like how Chief looks. I don't like that Halo 4 and 5 look of Chief.
Yeah, he did have a weird helmet in that one.
Very weird helmet, very weird pads, but I did like her design. But I really like Halo 4. Halo 4 is great. The maps weren't crazy. I wasn't too into like what they did with the equipment in it or kind of
multiplayer. I remember being very disappointed with. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just where we were at the time, me and my friend group, and we were playing it, but like we bounced off that so quick, you know.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit.
This was certainly not a memorable Halo for me.
Not compared to I think these other ones, but I think Halo 4 is a great game.
Yeah.
Where would you put it though?
I'd probably low B. Whatever. I don't even think we have anything in B. I put it.
We don't have anything in B yet. Yeah. I would put it behind ODST. So.
Yeah, I just don't have an argument to put it in A. I don't know. It just doesn't live to that upper echelon of Halo games to me.
Yeah, I agree. Then we got Halo 5.
Halo 5. I really like the movement in this game. I really like that little dash mechanic and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. I do not like the thrusters.
You don't like that? Yeah.
No.
I had a lot of fun with that, actually. And then I think the shooting feels good in this one, too, as well.
Feels good.
Yeah. The multiplayer stands out a bit more to me than Halo 4's multiplayer.
Slightly. I would say.
But then the story is where this is probably the worst Halo story, I would say.
Yeah, easily. It's not even a question.
Yeah, Locke was just a very uninteresting character, and so was this whole group. And they really dropped the ball with bringing in Blue Team, and
we need to bring
interesting enough. Like,
Blue Team back.
And then that was and they brought Arbiter back, and you finally go to the Elite's homeworld, and that stuff just feels forgettable too. And it's just like, there's so many like cool pieces in Halo 5, it just doesn't come together well.
Yeah, I like the Warzone mode.
Oh, was that the one with like the cards and stuff? I never got into this too much. Yeah.
It was kind of cool. You had to get points, and you spent points to get weapons or vehicles and stuff. It was pretty fun, but easily the worst Halo.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. It's weird because we're not using the low rankings too much. I don't want to like call it an F or a D, you know. So I would probably just put it in C. But it's like, I guess I don't know, why do we even have F and D there then?
Sure. I mean, we can lower some things if you want to lower some things.
Yeah, I don't. No, I probably put it in C
because this game is very high quality.
Sure.
Regardless of like the criticism.
Yeah, it's certainly like a well polished game, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it was broke or anything. So
very high quality game. It's just choices that they made, right? I'm fine with C.
Okay.
I'm fine with C.
C is cool.
And then we have the final last year's game, Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite. I like this game so much still, you know. We had a great time playing the multiplayer. It's funny, we've caught all the way up to where we've known each other and we've played this game together. So
yeah,
but yeah, I like this game a lot. I had a really great time with the multiplayer. it's back to form for Halo. This is certainly the best the multiplayer has been since 3, probably Reach. Around that age.
You could argue Reach, but I would say since 3.
It's the best Halo has been in a decade for sure.
Yeah.
And bar none. And then the campaign was great. I thought the story really came together nicely. I really love that group of characters that you get come the end of that game. Some of the open world stuff I didn't need too much, but I like that it was there. I had enough fun with it.
It's fun just going around it with the grapple hook.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to that when you went around and fought those different bosses and got their weapon and stuff like that. Yeah, that was really fun. And then obviously the Halo gameplay is there, which is just fantastic. So that was very fun. And then the grappling hook. The grappling hook added so much to that campaign, and it made it so fun, and using that in combat and traversing the world was such a great time.
Yeah, I like the weapon as well. She's great.
Yeah.
For me, I would put it behind ODST.
You put behind ODST?
Oh yeah.
You want to go low A tier with it, or do you want to do high B?
That's my question. Yeah. Is it a B tier?
What did we have Honestly, in B? Halo 4? I like it more in 4.
I do like it more than 4.
I probably like it more in Reach too. I'd probably go low A tier for this one.
Yeah, its production I think could be higher.
Sure.
In terms of production quality, I still feel like even Halo 5 probably had higher production quality.
Yeah,
maybe that's just
felt a bit more polished. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a little more polished, right? Yeah. Even though it still came out fine, especially compared to some other games last year.
It got to downgrade it a little bit because the co-op didn't make it, the Forge didn't make it. All that stuff is still coming and updates yet to come. But the base game that they released at the time didn't have those things, so you do kind of have to mark off points for that.
Okay, so we'll just do a low A. How about that?
I'm fine with that.
Low A.
Do the lowest tier of A. Yeah.
The lowest tier of A. Sure. All right. So we have.
What about Halo Wars?
You want to do Halo Wars 1 and 2? The games I haven't played. Would you like to do that?
I'll do it real quick. Halo Wars 1, I love. I really did like that game. I would probably put that in A tier as well, if I'm being honest.
Or after Infinite?
We'll go before Infinite. I'd probably do it like that. And then Halo Wars 2. Man, I wish I got to beat that fucking game. That damn.
Yeah.
I was like halfway through that game last year, and then my save file corrupted or something. Yeah, I know. It's just unfortunate. I happened with another game on PlayStation last year too, so it's just I don't know how I'm getting so unlucky with that. Yeah,
that sucks.
I know, it's fucking awful. And then your whole save's just gone, and I was not motivated to go back and do it. But I did really enjoy my time with Halo Wars 2 while I was playing it. I thought the campaign was very interesting, and cutscenes were cool, and it was just more Halo Wars. So I'd probably put that one in B tier.
Okay.
That's
so
where
you
I'd
want me to read them before or after 4?
Before. No, I'll do after. Well,
okay.
Up to you. Surprise me.
I like 4, so I'm gonna say after.
Okay.
I like 4 more than most, I think. So real quick, I know we gotta go. We got Halo S tier. We got Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 1, and then we got A tier. We got Halo Reach, Halo ODST, Halo Wars, Halo Infinite. B tier we got Halo 4, Halo Wars 2, and then C tier we got Halo 5.
All right, I like our list. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's pretty solid.
I don't know why we do the tier systems. Maybe we should just stop at C.
Maybe I just need to pick a series that has more games so we can have way more low.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know. We would have to play all of them too, but
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of games. Anyways, I like it. I like the list. I like doing these tier lists. These are very fun.
I know.
So. Unfortunately, Sims comes back. We're like, I can't do it.
When Daddy's here, we can't do it.
Can't do it. Anyways, that was the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 108. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us on youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Give us a like. Maybe share it with your friends, with your grandma.
Your grandma, she would love this.
You always forget to say that.
I forget the grandma thing, You got to share it with your grandma. I think we're just so big in the grandma community already that I don't feel the need,
Hi,
Huge
grandma.
in elderly communities. Hi, grandma. I don't have a grandma, so I don't know who I'm waving to. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.